when you look at kind of the world today and you look at social media and America and this, let's be honest, we're changing. America is changing. Like I was born in 71 and I had, like I said, grandparents that were, one grew potatoes and barley in Colorado. One was a cattleman. These guys, they lived hard lives. And it was great to be around them and learn from them. But nowadays, I still remember as a kid where we would always look up to the heroes. And then there was a point in time where I looked up and I said, wow, everyone's looking up to the victims. And I'm wondering, how do you process everything that you see going on? What are your takes on it? And how do you think we should address it or not?
What I see being celebrated isn't what I celebrate. It's that weakness, that victim mentality. People throw around toxic masculinity, like, a negative thing. I guess toxic is always negative, but masculinity is being negative. In my world, I want to provide for my family. I want to hunt. I want to take care of my family. I want to, if somebody's in need, I want to be able to help them. To me, it's like, that's our obligation to society, is there's a role that we serve, and we're supposed to be protectors and providers. And it feels like that some people want to change that. They want to water down what it is to be a man, or weaken what it means to be a man. And I just push against that. I just celebrate the other side of it, the raw and the real side, the earning your breaks. I'm never going to be a victim. I'm always going to be a provider. I'm always going to be somebody people can rely on. And I guess all we can do is like try to be the opposite end of maybe where society is trying to push men, or I don't really know what's going on. It's pretty weird to me, but in my world, nothing has changed. And the book has resonated with people. So I know my lifestyle or my thoughts, I'm not on an island. People feel this way too. But I think that what's celebrated might be the minority perspective of, like I said, watering down that masculinity thing. I think that's the minority. It's just, that's what's, we talk about shadow banned or suppressed. My message gets suppressed a lot, and maybe that other side gets elevated a lot, but I don't think it's real. I think there's way more people that are interested in living that lifestyle, or the hardworking, maybe like your grandparents, they came up just earning your keep, being a positive role model. I think way more people can resonate with that than the other, but it's just what social media, I guess, celebrates. It's different than reality.
Man, it's fascinating to watch. And, in 2020, we got into a big fight with the big tech companies, and, fighting for freedom of speech and putting concepts out there. And, there was what was happening on the internet. And then I was walking around London, bumping into people on the streets. There weren't many, and talking to everybody out there. And it was a completely different narrative of what was going on. And I was like, wow, we really are in an information war where, it's not like the old wars that we remember, where they send the troops in and then there's missiles. It's like, it's all about information, the suppression of information and the controlling of people with information. And then when I look at what's kind of going on with the gender stuff, and I'm not on the front lines of that, but I'm watching it happen. It's another really kind of a strange war where, on one hand, you've got a lot of people careful to say things in this way, but then you have people like Goggins and Pena and you and people like Andrew Tate, where people are drawn to this message, and they're like, when I get stopped on the streets, everybody wants to talk to me about Pena. Pena is a 77-year-old old man in Scotland with a castle who yells, but he gives you the truth, and everyone's drawn to that because something inside of them, Cameron, knows there's truth there, like where maybe when they see you on a hunt, they know that there's truth there, or they see you putting in the miles and they know there's some truth there. So even though there might be this, an attempt to blur genders or to control this information, it seems like somehow humans deep down inside know when something's true, you know?
Yeah, I think that blurring the genders and, you know, that's a lie. That's not real.
No.
And so, as you said, people can tell real. They're drawn to real, and they know what's. I don't know. It's there's an agenda, and I think people can tell. So yeah, I mean, I think people like Goggins' opinion, yourself, you're going to have that following. It's going to grow if they'll let it because of the suppression. But I'm hoping we're turning the corner on that, because it's an important message that needs to get out and not be suppressed. It needs to be shared so people can be honest about, you know, what's inspiring to people, what people care about. If that's fair, then what I say, the good guys are going to win. The people who are standing for the right thing and for the truth are going to win. Of course, they can manipulate it, and they've tried. Hopefully, because the curtain's been pulled back a little on that, hopefully we can turn the corner and get back to just fair and free press.
The greedy bankers are about to do it again. In 2008, they crashed our financial system and nearly bankrupted the entire global economy. Then they received trillions of dollars in government bailouts. And after, they demanded fat bonuses paid for by you, the taxpayer.
It turns out the banks haven't just been screwing the American taxpayers, they're also screwing over their investors. Turns out the banking industry is the worst place you could put your money, despite enormous taxpayer bailouts.
Now the bankers are back to take away your financial freedom. They lie and tell you that cryptocurrency isn't safe. They try to make it illegal for you to choose how to invest your hard-earned money. They lie and say cryptocurrency is used by money launderers and criminals. But look at the record. It's the banks themselves that launder hundreds of billions of dollars every year to the biggest criminal operations in the world.
Leaked documents have revealed how some UK banks have helped criminals, money launderers and Russians under sanctions.
American authorities discovered that the Sinaloa cartel moved $881 million through HSBC accounts as bank officials turned a blind eye to the illegality.
The bankers lie and say cryptocurrency is not a real investment. Meanwhile, the smartest CEOs in the world are buying billions and billions of it. The truth is that banks lie about cryptocurrency because it makes them scared. The banks take $9 trillion per year of your hard-earned money, and they are worried that they will finally be exposed. They're scared because crypto means they can no longer control your money, which means they can no longer control you. They are scared because you might actually understand your money and intelligently decide what to do with it. Now is the time for us to come together, fight back, and take control. It's time to educate ourselves, our families, and our communities. Because financial education means financial freedom. We know that cryptocurrencies will help us build the new decentralized financial system of the future. A banking system that is of the people, by the people, and for the people. A banking system where access to finance is a fundamental human right. A banking system that is free and fair and welcomes all humans on this earth. The DeFi revolution is happening. We, the people, can no longer be fooled. We choose to take control of our finances. We choose to take control of our freedom. We choose to take control of our future. Join us, and let's take back our financial freedom forever.